Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at WaveCloud Granular synthesizer from 4Pockets because Paul has put this on sale today. So today is Monday the 20th of July 2026 and it's on sale from today until next Friday, which is the 24th of July 2026. Normal price for WaveCloud is $14.99 and the special sale price is only $6.99. So it's an absolute great time to get it if you haven't got it. And I'm going to give you a couple of brilliant reasons why you need to get WaveCloud if you haven't got it. It is an incredible synthesizer. It has two superpowers, right? The other granular synths just don't have. This is the Orbit here and the WaveGlide, and we're going to take a good look at both so you understand exactly what's going on. But just to start, let's do something basic. Now, it does come with loads and loads of it. It doesn't come with mine, obviously. It comes with the default set and David Collett's patches as well. But there are loads and loads and loads of great sounds, and it is also MP compatible and has a complete MPE folder, which you can also play if you choose one of these, say, for example, this chaotic orchestra. Which is beautiful. But we're going to start with an initial patch, right? So init, yes, and let's get back to this. What we're going to, you can tap on this to load your files, but you can't listen to them. Best way to do this is long hold and you'll get to the pool manager. You can import files here. You can drag and drop complete folders. You can import single samples. I've got these. Now you will get some of these. You'll get some stuff included, right? I think you get some field recordings and maybe textures, possible samples and things, but you do get some stuff included, right? But I'm going to start with going to T. This is what some of my instruments. So you'll have samples, right? You'll have samples of your own. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to choose synths. I'm going to go to the Korg Prologue and this pad right now. Tap on it once, tap on it again to preview it. It's super handy to have preview like this. And what we're going to do is choose load file and it'll load it in here, right? First thing I'm going to do is make this a bit louder, but I'm going to move the playhead because it will play from wherever you set this playhead initially. So I'm going to normalize this. To do this will just tap on this little button here. Just tap it and it'll open up the edit options. And this is a floating window that you can move around. I'm just going to hit normalize. I'm going to normalize -2 dB. Done deal. And I'm going to close the edit window for now. So now you have this. And you have quite a lot of nothing there. It's just basically the reverb tail. We don't really need it. So let's open edit again. And this time, now edit is open, I can select an area to work on. So I'm just going to hold on the screen, drag across and select that area there. And I'm just going to cut that area because I don't need it. And now we've just got this, which is our, and it stops there. So here's our, oops, sorry. Just move this in. Here's our file. Like that. And I'm going to set this here to play. So it sounds nice, right? It sounds just like the sound because it is, but we're playing it granularly. We have 16 grains at the moment. You can see the grains. It's polyphonic, of course. Now, I happen to know that all the sounds that I'm going to import have been recorded in C, which is obviously the most sensible thing to do. If you're recording a sample, record it in C. Brilliant. So we can do all sorts of cool stuff here. We can increase the length, so keep an eye on the grains here. All the way up to 48K. But you can also decrease the number of grains. Decrease the length as well. So now we're getting some very interesting. It's almost like a delay. Very short. We can move the head to where here, but it goes a bit quieter, so we can increase the level. But what we can do now is we can choose a point in our, let's just expand this so we're not, that's it, that's better. Let's move our head here. Now this is where it starts to get cool. We can manipulate the way it plays. This is kind of your envelope. So it gets snappier. Let's increase the grain count a little bit. We can see we've got our level control there. You have a main output level that you can control as you go, but this is the one you'll be saving with your preset. So, okay, we can reverse the play direction, random play direction or reverse direction. So let's look backwards, and they'll play backwards, right? Random. And you'll hear it's got lots of cool movements. But if we just set this to forward for now, we can use spray. So watch what happens to the grains. Let's increase the grains. We're spraying these grains now in front of and behind of where we're triggering them from. And then we have random. So it's got lots of movement now. And it's an extremely musical patch. Now you also have a built-in synth. So let's turn that up, shall we? Now this comes in handy when you're using things that are a little bit more atonal, a little bit more atmospheric maybe. But it'll work well with this. Because don't remember, the sample I imported was in C. So if I play a C on my keyboard, or a chord, it's all going to fit in. And don't forget, this is the grain level. Here's the synth. And you have a variable waveform here. Don't forget, really, it's just basically for reinforcement of your granular stuff going on. Unless, of course, you want to use it as a synth. We can have random tuning going on. This gets very interesting if you're into experimental. So I'm just playing one note here. And I'll turn the level of the synth down, right? You wouldn't want it that much. Now you've made an incredibly analog sounding kind of, you've got a little bit of drift in there. Right. Let's just kind of get that back to normal. Let's get our spray. In fact, let's turn our spray off. Let's turn our random. Well, we can leave random in a little bit. So now we've got kind of our basic sound again, right? This is your position. Watch the playhead position. Okay, so, you know, but you can randomize that as well. See? When each time I press a key, it's going to pick a random position in that sample to play. So this is all kind of basic wavetable stuff, right? We also have, let's close the editor options now. You also have a LFO. So you have two LFOs actually. You have voltage control filter, which is turned off. I'll turn it on. Let's move our position back a touch. That's better. Beautiful. Right, you also have a fluid envelope generator. FEG1 is basically automatically hooked up to the normal kind of ADSR behavior for the sound. So if I say, look, envelope length up to 1 second, I shall increase this and I'll play a chord and let go, and you'll hear it takes that long to release. We can go further. In fact, we can go quite a long way, 10 seconds. So I've let go now. And that's your volume, basically. Just let's take this back to quite quick release. Amplitude loop, if I turn loop off and hold, it'll stop. Turn loop on. It's going to loop at the loop point here. This is very cool. We can put in another node in the middle here. So watch this. Now we've got nodes everywhere now. But watch now what happens. You can create really cool effects just with the envelope generators. Let's just set that loop potent to something normal. And you can choose to ping pong the loop point, but it's absolutely fine as it is. I'm going to decrease this as well now. Okay, let's move on to the first superpower of WaveCloud, and this is the Orbit. This is amazing, right? It's just super fab. So for this, I'm going to use a different sound. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to long hold this and maybe choose something from the Sample Workshop Volume 1. This is this sample pack is by the Phono Loop, by the way. I'll be doing a demo on it soon. But I'm just going to go in here, go into Melodic Compositions, and I'm going to scroll down until I find the one that I want, I think, which could be, yeah, it's good. It's good morning. So listen, this is the sample. Okay, I'm just gonna load file, and it's gonna replace that one. Now I could have saved that one, of course. Now, if you want to listen to a file, right, we can scroll through like that, or we can tap. If we long hold, this playhead will jump back this little button here, right, with the play on it. This is the sample we've just imported. Beautiful. It's great because there's loads of different things going on. So it's great for what I want to show you now. Okay. Let's stop it. Look at Orbit. Speed is switched off. As soon as we switch speed on, watch what happens. See that line slightly change? Let's increase the width, and you see what's happening now? We're going to be creating different orbit shapes and things within this selected range here. So we'll increase it more. In fact, let's increase it quite wide. Okay, and then we can choose the position. Okay, and don't forget this is quite the large sample as well. And now if I play a note, now this is because we have speed switched on, and the mode is ease in, ease out. So watch, it eases in, strikes to the end, and eases back out. But we can see this more clearly if I increase the speed. This will be slower now. Ease in, right? Ease out. Ease in. Ease out. Of course, this is polyphonic. Now we're starting to sound very science fiction. But if you just want to kind of travel the length of the sample, just hold one note. Now, that's all very well. The next one we have here, we have different modes. Like if I move up, we have ping pong. This is similar to ease in and ease out, but it's going to be more dramatic, right? So first one, it's not going to ease in, it's just going to go backwards and forwards. And we can now, because we have a nice long sample, change the position as well. So just for some interest. Okay. Next mode is forward. As you would expect, it's just going to travel forward from our start point. And it's going to go back and start again. Okay, so the next mode we have is backwards. I'm not going to play it, it goes backwards. Okay. Next mode we have is random. And if I play a couple of notes but not sustained, awesome stuff. Next one is elastic. So now you've got to be thinking now of, say, different stuff you might have. So let's open up our browser here and let's look again into the sample workshop. Oh no, sorry man. And look into the sample workshop. Melodic compositions I will go with again. Go further up, go further up. What's this one? Grandma's Dinner. I'll hit the, in fact, I know this is off its head, so I'll load that file. Okay, so loading the file will replace the current file. I'm going to decrease the level. This is elastic, and the width for this one, right, is, let's see. Because this is a shorter file, we can go full width on that sample. And if you want to quickly, that's what the sample sounds like. Let's choose this now. Let's go with elliptical. How cool is that? It's brilliant. And it, like I said, when you're playing, start playing with melodically as well. Now look, next one along, bounce. It's just going to hold. Now this would be good if I play. Okay, next mode we have is focus. This is fab. So let's move our position. It's going to end up focusing here. So it's going to focus at your point. And the next one after focus is shake. This is very, very cool. See, orbit is a superpower for granular synthesis because whatever file we choose now, for example, even if we choose instruments, but it's not so much interesting in instruments. It's better with things that kind of move a lot. Say, for example, with sounds like this. Let me just load that file in, right? And we can close this and we can put the focus anywhere we like. See? That's very cool. Now we could just trim all this out. If we could go into edit, just make sure we've got this bit of focused, and then we could normalize it because you don't really need all that because it's just basically doing the same thing. It's just rattling. It's just Joe rattling Watson's dog collars and different bells. So that's shake, and this is nice. Start playing polyphonically. And then we have vibrato. I have let's see if I can find a better example to show you vibrato, because it makes sense to think of when you're using the orbits, kind of think, oh, what kind of sample would sound good if I do that. Now I know in here inside of instruments, this is all kind of acoustic stuff for from Cymatics. And let's see. I think it's, where is it now? Could be here. Here we go. It's in cello. And if I right, I'm going to choose this one. So all I'm going to do is load file, and it's going to replace that file. Now I will show you in a moment as well. Actually, I'm going to say it's got 3 superpowers. I'm going to say WaveCloud has 3 superpowers. Okay, the other samplers just don't have. So now we have this. Let's decrease the width and move the focus. Now if we move it here, let's do this. Let's increase the grains. See, even with the orbit controls, let's have this spray. Now, come on, if you're into samples, at this point, you've got to be thinking, oh my God, this is really deep. It's so much deeper than I originally thought, maybe. Even if you've got WaveCloud, then you're just playing with the loads of brilliant. Import your own, really dig into the orbit stuff. So there we go. That's that vibrato. Then we have key slide. This is brilliant. Watch. It'll just hold at the end. Let's decrease the speed here, because this sounds better if it's fast like that, right? So. Now, don't forget, you're in charge of where all this stuff is. You know, you can change position of this anytime you like. You can have that there as the start. Slides really nice. Okay, on to the next superpower. So I'm going to show you this is cool. Let's just, again, I think we'll just initialize the patch because it's super fast to play with this. So I'm going to choose a sample to import. Doesn't really make any, I'll go with samples. I think you get these. So I'm just going to load file. Bosh, load that file in, and there it is. I'm going to make a few adjustments to this file. For the start off, I am going to open my edit options here, hit normalize, choose 2 dB, and there it is. I'm going to pinch so I can see the end, and I'm going to move my playhead to the very end. Okay, this is important, eh? So there is nothing at the end. I'm going to close this now, so I don't need it. I'm going to long hold on my files, and I'm going to choose another file, and I think we'll go with samples again. And maybe, what's this creepy effects? I don't know. No. I'm going to, yeah. Excellent. This excited bow. Now, I am going to hit insert file, and it's going to put it just after this one. So now I have two. If we listen, if I go back here, because they look very similar. So I'm scrubbing the audio now. Okay, let's go to the end. I'm going to pinch this in. I'm going to put in another one while I'm here. So what we go, maybe. Well, that's quite interesting. I'm just going to insert that file. So now I've got, let's just get to a point where it might be. Okay, now I could, if I wanted to, I'm going to insert one more, I think. I could, this is all nonsense here, so I'm going to get rid of it. Let me go to edit. I'm going to click on edit. I'm going to make sure I just hold on the file and just drag to get rid of what I do. In fact, I don't need any of that neither, to be fair. I'm just going to cut it. I mean, in fact, you can sort like make this stuff. You can choose, when you're in edit mode, you've got all these cool powers. So you can choose to say, well, maybe I don't want all of this, because it's the same, right? Maybe you don't want it all, so you could go, right, I'm just going to grab it here, do that. I'm going to cut this, and it's going to drag this one back. And this first one as well also. From here, oops, back to the beginning, almost. Again, it's kind of just wasted space. So like I said, I'm going to import one. Oh no, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do. I can spread that out a bit now. So there's another superpower, the ability to append waves onto your whole thing. And of course, I guess the superpower at this now is if you use Orbit. Now, before I show you WaveGlide, which is like the ultimate superpower, I'm going to quickly go into Orbit mode here. I'm going to go quite wide. Now, this is where you, this is covering all of our 4 samples, and we can. It's quite interesting there, isn't it? Now we can choose to kind of do so I'm going to hold a key. What's my ease in and out? I'm going to have it go maybe elliptical. I'm going to slow it right down. How cool is that? Maybe we could go with bounce. Ping pong. Very cool. You get the idea. Awesome stuff. Switch off Orbit now, and we are going to go into WaveGlide. Bosh. You can have up to 12 nodes. You'll get the idea in just a sec. First of all, I'm going to position my playhead somewhere where I want my first node to be. So I'm going to position it there. And I am going to click add. And it will add a node here. And you won't see it until I hit enable, and then you'll see it like this. But now I'm going to position my playhead there. And I'm going to add another node number 2. So I'm going to move my playhead here. And I'm going to add in another node. So node 3, I'm going to add me could normalize this bit as well, actually, if I wanted to. I'll do it in a bit. Look, I'm going to add another node, right? So node number 4. So just for now, you can have up to 12 nodes, right? And when you add them initially, they'll all have a time of 2 seconds, like. But it's also, here's 1 second. It affects this, watch. So I can increase this node. I can, whichever node I select, this is important now because we can manipulate. So I am going to choose glide. So we have fade, jump, and glide. I'm going to choose node 2 and hit glide. Node 3, I'm going to hit glide. Node 4, I'm going to hit glide. It's just because glide is my favorite transition mode for the waves, for the nodes to go through. Okay, so this one at the moment they're all on 2 second transition time. They're all standard. They'll all hold for 1 second. This is just the position of the node that's selected. So you can, if I chose node 1, you've got very, very, very fine control over the position. So say you have a WAV file, it's got lots of stuff going on, like it was different types of musical instruments and things like this. So now when I hold my notes, what will happen is it will glide from 1 to 2 to 3 and then to 4 and then back. So here somewhere there's a little glitch. So I could go in and surgically just chop that bit out. Actually, it's all right. So let's go back to our grains for a sec and increase the grains, increase the length for the definite. Have a little bit of spray going on, maybe 20%. Increase the grains. Definitely a little bit of nonsense going in there. So I'm just going to go into edit mode. I'm going to pinch with 2 fingers on the screen just to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to hold and drag and just get rid of that bit there. Cut that. That'll just go back. And let's just exit edit mode like this and scroll. I'm going to pinch back in. There we go. And now let's see what happens. That's a bit better. I'm going to just change the position of 3 to there. Okay, so I could, let me go back into WaveGlide. I could have 2 jump to 3. So if I go to number 2 here and have that select to jump, that'll just jump to 3 and not glide. It doesn't really make any difference. Now, of course, we can have slow glide times as well. So if I choose, say, number 1 here, which is selected, increase the hold time. We've got 5 seconds now. Go to number 2, increase the hold time. Number 3, increase the hold time. And number 4, increase the hold time. It'll take, well, let me play chords. How cool is this, seriously? Now, it will hold at the end unless you hit loop. And then what will happen is it will all glide back down. So awesome stuff. And that'll do, how it fires back down depends on the transition speed. Okay, here's very, very, very cool trick we can do with WaveGlide. And to do this, I'm going to choose, I'm not going to save this. I'm going to just initialize this patch. Now you can do it with this, of course, you'll get the idea, but all I'm going to do is I am going to initialize this patch. Yes. Okay. And I'm just going to drop in a dead boring sample. So long hold here. I'm going to go to instruments and maybe instrument 1. I'm going to look for some kind of dead basic sound. Oops, sorry, not that one. I want something that sustains, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to try this. Let's see what we got going on here. That might work. I'm more inclined to try something like a I'm going to load that file. So if I, you know, it's just what it is. It's pretty. If I play my keyboard. So I'm going to add 0.1 in there. So add in a node and enable it so we can see them being added. So I'm going to go my next one there. Add another node. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to add another node there as well. And I'm going to add a node near the end as well. So now we've got 4 nodes added. Now don't forget, you can have up to 12 nodes going on. I'm going to go back to node number 1. Okay. Node pitch. See where I'm going in. I'm going to drop this down to a -7. I'm going to drop 7 semitones down. Node 2, I'm going to leave on 0, 0. Node 3, I'm going to increase this to 5. And then this one here, I will increase to 9. I'm going to, let me just make sure my position is, I'm going to have this on glide. So I'm going to choose glide, glide, glide. And I think this one is on glide. I'm going to have the transition time. So for this, the whole time will be, I'm going to make it a couple of seconds, couple of more seconds than it is now. There we go. Just so you can hear what's going on. I've got 4.5 seconds there. I'll have this one a little bit longer. Then we'll have the transition time, this, longer as well. So it's not kind of zooming back. You'll love this. I'm not kidding. It's absolutely fab. Okay, so let me just check. I've got everything right. Loop is on, so it's going to go back. So it's going to just go backwards and forwards. Now, you've got three pages of loop positions you can have. So you've actually got just tons and tons of positions you can use for this. And doing it like this is, if you've got these multiple waves, I haven't got time to show you now because I've gone on long enough. I'm just going to, in the end, after I've showed you this, I'm going to wrap it up and play with a few presets. But look, watch what happens. I'm going to play one note. So number 4, say, look, let's look at number 4. Well, number 1 was transition time is super fast. Look, hold time is too slow. You need to increase that a little bit. This one, instead of it having a plus, we'll go -12. Okay, -12. And we could decrease the time it takes. So just so it's a little bit quicker for you. So it's more zoomy than kind of holdy. This one's ages, look, 7.9. Whole time. And now it's going to drop back down. So this is all from that one sample. Of course, now playing it polyphonically. In fact, let's speed this up. So 1, whole time. 2, whole time. 3, whole time. And transition time as well. Whole time should be a bit more than that. Gonna go back to 2 and fix this. So it's not so long. So we want it to be a bit quicker. And this as well. So transition time and the whole time is less as well. Because transition time is how long it takes to transition, obviously. Now this should be a bit quicker. It's awesome, but brilliant stuff, guys. Look, $6.99. It's on sale from today, and today is the 20th of July 2026. It's on sale till next Friday, the 24th of July 2026. Normal price for WaveCloud is $14.99. Sale price is $6.99. It's epic. If you've watched this via the premiere, I am going to play you a bunch of presets. I hope you enjoy them. It's awesome because you can do everything with it. Everything. It's epic stuff. Right. Where are our presets? Here. Let us start with a couple that I've made, and I will see you later. Ta-da!